Shalom Aleichem, everybody. Hope all is well. Everything Hashem does is for the good. This is a very famous saying that we know that everything Hashem does for the good is for the good. But sometimes we have to bring ourselves to a place where we appreciate this fact and we internalize it and we unify with this fact. We live our lives with the recognition that everything Hashem does is for the good. And this is a difficult challenge. This is a difficult demand of us, because a lot of times from our limited perspective we do not appreciate, we do not grasp how this is for the good. A lot of times things happen that are contrary to what we believe to be good, but yet the same God who brings us the good is the same God who's in charge and running the show in regards to these things that are seemingly not good. But when we bring ourselves to a place where we're grateful and we recognize the necessity of even these, and so to speak, seemingly negative things, we recognize that these are absolutely necessary. When we bring ourselves to that place, then we've completely given ourselves over to Hashem. And then we make ourselves ready to greet Moshiach. We make ourselves ready for the world to experience the days of Moshiach. Because when we do that, we connect to God at a level completely beyond logic. If we only appreciate Hashem when things are going well, then we're not really appreciating Hashem. We're just appreciating the going well. But when we appreciate Hashem, even when things aren't seemingly going so well, then that's when we really start to develop our connection with Hashem. And it's actually those difficult moments that are there to bring out the even deeper level of our soul, and to reveal an even deeper level of who we are. And the reason for this is because it's coming. Sometimes these seemingly difficult experiences that we go through are actually from an even higher source than the pleasant experiences we go through. Why? Because the Alter Rebbe explains in Tanya, and this is alluded to Hashem's name Yud Kei. Hashem's name Yud Kei, which is Hashem as He's hidden within the world, as He's above this world. Right? So when Hashem, and He's hidden, it's as Hashem alludes to Hashem in the world of Atzilus and Bria, completely transcendent of this physical world. So we see that when something seemingly difficult happens in our lives, we have to say thank you Hashem. The Gemara says we have to thank Hashem, bless Hashem in the bad times just as we would in the good times, in the seemingly bad times. Why? Because this is actually coming from a higher source. This challenging situation is coming from a higher source. And it's from such a high source that it could only come down into this world enclosed, hidden within a difficult situation. It cannot come, it's too holy to come down it's too holy to come down in a good way, in a revealed good way. Meaning, to give you an example, you may go through a challenge in life and you'll say, why am I going through this? But a lot of times after the most difficult challenges within our lives, the most difficult scenarios that we face, afterwards we discover that we've reached a height that we've never thought was ever possibly attainable. We reach heights that we never thought were imaginable after these challenges. Why? Because within the difficulty it brings out a deeper level of our soul. That is why that is an example. That's like completely connected to the idea of why Hashem sends our soul down in this world in the first place. Before we were born, our soul was experiencing godly revelation at all times. It was unbelievable. Well, what else could you need? Experiencing revelation of God. Our soul was dwelling in the presence of the Creator, dwelling in the presence of the Almighty, basking in the rays of the divine presence, as they say. What could be better? Imagine being completely shined upon by the Ol Ein Sof. Such things we can't even imagine. Just saying the word is like beyond us. But yet nonetheless Hashem sends us into this world. Why is that? Because it is the fact that going into the darkness will reveal an even greater light. The descent is for the purpose of the ultimate ascent. There's an added light that is given through this. And this is not by our own, this is not because of our own doing. This isn't something logical that by us coming down into this physical world we can bring a new light into the world. We can bring even greater godly revelations than before we were born and we were in the presence of the Creator. This isn't something logical, but Hashem makes it that way. Hashem doesn't need us, but He makes Himself need us. He makes it as if He needs us. He gives us the opportunity as if we can give something back to Him. Hashem is not lacking. He's beyond time. He's beyond space. All is nullified before Hashem. All is nothing before Hashem. the Hashem, days of Moshiach, times of exile, before the world was created, it's all the same from Hashem's perspective. But yet He makes it so that we can give something back to Him. Not because us from our own perspective can really give anything to Him, but because Hashem is so humble and He loves us so much, He gives us the opportunity to actually give something back to Him. And that is what the whole purpose of coming down to this world is. And then also, that relates to the challenges we go through. Because the challenges it's like giving birth, so to speak. Giving birth, it's a painful experience. It's a painful time. The mother, she's giving birth. It's not an easy experience. It's a lot of high pressure situation. It is an intense situation, a painful situation to say the least. But the pain is proof that something's coming, that the blessing's coming. If a woman who's pregnant does not experience the pain, doesn't feel the pushing, the kicking, then there's a worry. The fact that there's kicking, the fact that there's pressure, the fact that there's difficulties in our experience, that's a good sign. It means something's coming, something's brewing, something's on its way. And that is the days of Moshiach, which is about Hashem is about to reveal to us the days of Moshiach. The fact that we're suffering right now and we're grinding and we're trying to see the good, the fact that we're thanking Hashem even though we don't understand why this is happening, that we are giving ourselves over to Hashem. It says when a person thanks Hashem for something that seems difficult, Hashem will perform miracles for that person. Hashem will give that person what he deserves. When a person's appreciative and even though logically he cannot understand why this is happening, but he jumps right into trusting Hashem. It's for that reason this person alone is bringing Moshiach. Because when a person can come to a place that logically, according to all their calculations, it doesn't make sense, but they say, look, Hashem's doing this, Hashem's greater than me. Even though I don't understand, appreciate, or grasp why this is happening, I accept that this is for the good. When a person does that, they've completely they've completely freed themselves from exile. They are already in the Moshiach mode, because they have completely transcended their own mind, their own logic, their own calculations, their own limitations, and they've included themselves, they've integrated themselves within the infinite, within Hashem himself. Why? Because that is how we truly connect to Hashem. We have to get used to and get excited about giving ourselves over to Hashem in a way beyond logic. That is called bittul haratzon, nullifying our own will, completely nullifying our desire and making it desirable for Hashem. And the Rebbe Rashab explains how that is what we have to do with our animal soul, with ourselves. We have to completely destroy all of the negative things that we have desires for, and until there's only the empty desire left, and then channel that desire towards Hashem. Meaning, all we have to do is if we have anxiety within us, if we're bothered by something, we have to just channel it towards Hashem and say, look, why am I anxious? I'm really anxious because maybe my soul needs more of a connection to God. Maybe I'm not being careful enough in this area of my life. Maybe that's why I'm really anxious. And I'm just thinking that I'm anxious because I don't have enough money, or I'm thinking I'm just anxious because I'm not popular enough, or any argument that the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, may give us. But really a person say, well, really I'm anxious because I'm far from God right now. I'm not doing what Hashem wants from me right now. And that anxiety, when you channel it towards Hashem, you actually reach a much higher place than you would have ever reached before. And you actually, from being far from Hashem, you reach an even closer place than you've ever been towards Hashem. The whole idea is taking that emotion and channeling it towards Hashem. For instance, I'm sad right now, God forbid. I'm really not sad because I didn't get to do what I wanted to do today. No, I'm really sad because Moshiach's not here, and I don't feel Hashem revealed in the world, and Hashem's still hidden from us. That is why I'm sad. So when a person does that, the Rebbe explains in Atat Tetzaveh that is the deepest level of soul. In a time of godly revelation, when there's miracles, it's great. Yeah, of course the soul's connected to God, but it's obvious. It's easy to connect to God when miracles are happening right in front of you. But when miracles are not happening and the times are tough and the challenges are coming at you, and you say, I want God. I want God. When you do that, then you've activated the innermost part of your soul. You've revealed it within you. This also applies even when times are good. When a person's wealthy and a person's doing very well, but Moshiach's not here. So the person, if this person's a tzaddik, if this person's a holy person, he's say, it doesn't matter that I'm a millionaire. It doesn't matter that I'm succeeding and I have a big name for myself. Moshiach's not here. I'm broken. I'm not okay. I'm not okay with that. When a person brings himself to that state of mind, he's revealed the most inner part of his soul. And with that, we can get ready to greet Moshiach. May Hashem bless you all, that we all come close to the Creator of the world, and we all yearn for Him and cling and cleave to Him and long for our Creator to come home and reveal Himself to the entire world. May Hashem bless you all.